is Anthony Joshua being pressured by the Saudis into fighting Daniel Dubois at Wembley. Now hear me out. Obviously I'm not saying that somebody's going to put a gun to his head and frog march him into the ring, but Eddie Hearn has said on numerous occasions now that Turki Al-Sheikh has final say on the fights that get put on these Saudi shows, as you would expect because the Saudis are bankrolling it. And after Daniel Dubois beat Filip Hrgović, initially Eddie Hearn seemed non-committal on putting AJ in there against Dubois. Even now he's saying that unless the IBF title's on the line, they might go in a different direction. But he's at least hinting that Dubois is the front runner now, whereas initially he wasn't. Have the Saudis behind the scenes told Eddie Hearn in no uncertain terms, we are not going to pay for AJ Parker too. So get that thought out of your head. Would they be willing to pay for AJ versus Zheli Zhang? Possibly, because Zhang is coming off a good win, an exciting knockout over Deontay Wilder. But I have to imagine that their first choice for AJ at Wembley would be Daniel Dubois because he's young, he's got energy, he's aggressive, and he too is coming off an exciting win over Filip Hrgović. I've seen Eddie Hearn interviewed about this situation, and none of the interviewers really seem to press him on why the Dubois fight would need to be for the full IBF title. Bear in mind, Dubois is already interim IBF champion. Commercially, AJ Dubois is bigger than AJ versus Parker or AJ versus Zhang. So it's got that box ticked. And secondly, if AJ wants to get to the heavyweight title as quickly as possible, the IBF route is the one to take. Because firstly, the IBF mandatory is next in line. That's well established now. And secondly, the IBF tend to expedite their mandatories faster than the other sanctioning bodies. Now, they haven't been particularly fast in this instance, right? Because Filip Hrgović, prior to losing to Daniel Dubois, was IBF mandatory for a ridiculously long time. But these are, to be fair, exceptional circumstances because the IBF were accommodating the undisputed fight, which is a once every several generations type of occurrence in most instances. But yeah, long story short, the bottom line is the Dubois fight ticks the box in terms of excitement. When you think about the way the styles gel, Dubois being hyper aggressive, it ticks the box in terms of the size of the fight commercially, and it ticks the box in terms of getting Anthony Joshua to a world heavyweight title fight the quickest, even if the full IBF title isn't on the line. Somebody needs to really stick it on Eddie Hearn and ask him to explain why Zhang or Parker or anybody else would be a better option for Anthony Joshua right now. The only reason that I can think of that they wouldn't fight Daniel Dubois next is if they think he's too dangerous, is if they think the risk isn't worth the reward, is if they think Parker and Zhang are easier fights. Now, personally, I hope that Turki Al-Sheikh is pressuring Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn to take the Dubois fight, because that's a fight I want to see. I wouldn't be too mad with AJ versus Zhang. I think that's very dangerous as well, but I'd expect that to be a bit of a chess match. Whereas AJ Dubois, I think, would be fireworks from the opening bell. So I hope Turki Al-Sheikh is pressuring them to do that fight and won't accept, certainly, AJ Parker, but perhaps even AJ versus Zhang either. Now look, if AJ wants to go fight somebody other than Daniel Dubois, he's free to do that. He could go do it on a standard matchroom card and make far less money, of course, but still, he's free to do that. But with these premium events, where fans are being asked to fork out money for pay-per-view on top of their DAZN subscription in many instances, I think we deserve to see the most exciting matchup possible. And in my mind, out of the three potential opponents for AJ, that would be AJ Dubois. Just my take. If you disagree, that's okay. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below.